Hello. Oh, wait. Okay. Hello! If someone is there. I'm currently working on a comic panel for an exam. We have the exam pretty soon actually. It will be the 14th of April if everything will be fine, at least. Which I really hope so. I really want to finish. Also, I can't wait to work on my thesis. So. Oh, I'm having drop frames now. Unlock. Okay, I need to see if I should do some black parts, like um like only some parts to have some kind of um, contrast. Then I can do it here. I can try to actually do it in whole the words like that. Let me try. I believe it's too much, but I want to try. No, yeah, no. Better just only some parts. I really dislike this free copy command. We'll just listen to some hosts from Silent Hill. Okay. Not bad, not bad. It works, it works. I'm sorry. Maybe I can actually do also this one that becomes black when it opens. Does it have sense? I don't think so. Like, the perspective is really strange, but I honestly love it that it doesn't have any sense, if you know what I mean. Let me try to like here, here, here. If I do all black, not the best. It actually kills the three-dimensional feeling. Yeah, no. No. I need more black here, so maybe here. Okay, it works better now. There is a random line here. Wait. Damn. Okay. Let me do more sketchy the lines of the labyrinth. Hello, hello. Hello, gold dude. So yeah, I have something open that needs to be closed. Let me see. I don't think so. Yeah, everything is closed, so it's just the internet. Very quiet. Yeah. I mostly didn't talk since nobody was there, so I didn't want to do random chats with nobody. How are you doing? Are you fine? Hello, Pequinto. Let me know how it's pronounced. Respect for Silent Hill music. I love Silent Hill. It's my favorite game from always. Silent Hill was one of the first games I played on PlayStation, and it really defines what I want to work on. You became a PNG tuber. Yeah, I actually want a model of mine once I can, because the one I'm using right now is a free one on VTube Studio. But I would like to have a VTuber of my Goblin Sona. It will be pretty cool actually. I want to learn how to do them, how to rig. For now I can't, sadly, because I don't have time, but in the future I will probably do it. If I will not understand how to rig, then I will commission someone to rig my art, probably. But honestly, I would really love to learn, because it really looks interesting to my eyes. You're very good at drawing. Thank you. This one actually is a lot more abstract. All of this comic I'm doing is mostly abstract, but I think it's beautiful for that too. I like Silent Hill 2 and few Akira Yamaoka music, but only play first 3 games and share memories, but not enough to be considered refundable. I mean, honestly, there isn't a real fan of Silent Hill because besides the first four titles, the rest of them aren't really that important. Actually, aren't really canon to the timeline. Aside now from Silent Hill F. My favorite one is the most hated of the first four games. It is actually the fourth one. I really love Silent Hill The Row. It's my favorite. And of course the Silent Hill 2. I did too much heavy though. Wait. I actually need to fix this because it's not good. Should I do some shading or not? Let me try. Like really random. Nah, prefer full white. That's cool thing with avatars. I myself am a 3D artist and have experience in avatar making. If that's what you're interested in. I would actually like to learn 3D too. I did a bit of 3D on Cinema 4D, but didn't understand a lot of stuff honestly. I don't know, I found the program pretty confusing. I need to actually look on Blender to start, I believe. I'm not sure if they are the same actually. I really want to learn a lot of stuff. I love learning, I love that I maybe can do a lot of different things, you know. As if you can do different things, you have more opportunity to work in general and hobbies, which is really important. Okay. I will also translate the comics I'm working on for the exam. One I already finished it. I need to fix some stuff, but it's pretty much ready. I just need to do the cover. Then this one, I hope the teacher will say that it's fine. I honestly really want to make it messy, so I hope it's not a problem, but we will see. Later we do the narrator balloons. For now I'm just doing the heart. I'm not sure if it actually fits because Yeah, like that it's confusing too. Okay. Sorry. I can help you with learning the stuff if you wanna 3D specifically, and then I'm an old fan of yours. I'd be happy to make you your Sana model. Oh, thank you. I will think about it as a gift too. No, mate, in case I want to pay you. It's right to pay. Wait, I drink a bit of water. Okay. I really hope to eat pizza this evening dinner. But, I can't speak. Jesus Christ. Also, I'm really happy since I worked on concept art for a contest for an academy here in Italy that is one of the best ones to win the scholarship, because usually these kind of academies that are private cost you a lot of money, and I'm not in a financial, I'm not stable financially speaking, sadly. Also, I can't even ask to my parents, which some people have the luckiness to have their parents to pay for them the academy or the university, which isn't my case. That's not because my parents don't want to, but you know, it's just money issues. My father is like a freelancer. We can actually call my father a freelancer. Because my father is I don't remember the word in English, wait, let me search it. It's not farmer, yeah, it's mostly agriculturist. So we can say he is freelancer too, in some way. You can contact my Discord name unavailable228. Coordinate me your server too. Okay, I will. Once I have the idea in mind, I will contact you. What's the comic? It's a comic I wrote. I needed to write all the story and do all the panels, and the story is pretty much this character that in this case is the little man that I use in my sketches. That it's like a mostly Vance. I don't know, I always wrote this guy like with this head. That I love him. I don't know. I see him myself for some reason. And pretty much the story is that the character just woke up in this empty world that it's actually empty. This is the... no, sorry. Please. Can you close it, please? No, crush it. Okay. No, this was the sketch. Here, this is the first panel, and pretty much once the comic goes on, it actually creates this environment that is pretty minimal, and he walks. He wants to understand what's going on pretty much. And it's actually up to the reader to decide what it means. You can see it as life after death, or working with yourself, and stuff like that. What do you study at the academy? I heard Italy is really fancy in art. Yes, but at the same time, not really. I mean, Italy really doesn't care about art anymore. Most of people always speaks about art with the ancients, like Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and other stuff. But with modern art, Italy just don't want to hear anything, pretty much. Art is really dying here. The only art that is still present is the old one, but it's bad, you know, because Italy is really, really full of artists. They just go on different companies and out of Italy, because sadly, mostly about comics. Like, if we talk about the history of comics, Italy was really important during the 20s, 30s. Nowadays, it's not like that anymore, sadly. Oh wait, I confused myself. And it's really sad. Mostly, they don't want to take care of new comics. A big issue of Italy is to always stay where you were in a good place time ago, but times changes. So they still mostly hope that Diabolic, Dylan Dog, Tex, these really, really old comics stay the same and will do the same influence of the time, but it will not happen. A lot of artists try to change the style to make it more modern, you know, but they don't want it. And it's a really a big issue on everything. Talking about my academy, mine isn't the best. I really, really dislike the one I'm doing, mostly because all the public Italian academies sucks, okay? Even more if it's a more niche topic like illustration or comic. I even more want to do visual development, character design, stuff like that, which doesn't actually exist. Italian people don't actually look at it. People care about it only on private academies. And I study illustration and comedy, but I didn't fucking learn how anything, pretty much. Do you study history of art or something, fundamentals? I needed to study them, but I didn't. All the stuff that I know are just from myself. I'm self-learning, having in art. I learned the fundamentals by myself when I was younger, looking at YouTube videos. I mostly learned with watching speed paints when I was younger. Watching the progress of a work really helped me to understand how to do stuff. I didn't actually never study like anatomy or the 3D, the cubes, and stuff like that in detail. I actually never did that. I mostly am a visual learner, pretty much. If I start to look into anatomy and stuff like that in detail, I get really confused. That's kinda bonkers. Yeah. Like, my teachers don't like what I do. Even despite on some stuff I actually am better. Talking about knowing stuff, how to do them. Another stuff, of course, I'm not that better. But most of my teachers search for the classic Italian art style, so realistic and stuff like that. For me, it's fucking boring. I really hate realism. I really find boring realism, which isn't what most of people think, because most of people prefer realism because wow, it's incredible how you can cope with the reality. For me, it's actually the opposite, because like it's easier to, at least for me, to look at the real world, copy it. Instead, if you create from your mind, from something that actually you don't see it in real life, isn't it more cool? But everyone has different tastes, of course. In fact, I'm not doing great during these years into this academy because my teachers really don't encourage me a lot. And this really made me downgrade a lot on art some years ago. Now I'm starting to be active on drawing again, and the environment you are is really fundamental on what you can do. It really influences your mind. It's insane. In essence, I don't know how to write it. He's one of the best artists emo, and Italian artists seem to be the most successful in art besides France. I'm kind of surprised at all. Yeah, mostly Italian art. Italians in general care about Italians art, as I said, during that period. They really don't give a look at the new artists. There are a lot of new interesting artists out there. There are some Italians that are insane for what they do, really. But as I said, it's always the same thing. It's not maybe too much realistic, so who fucking cares? Like, I really love an Italian artist that does traditional art. His name is let me search it, hoping that I don't remember that is his name. Lorenzo Mattotti. He is now old. He did a lot of covers for New Yorker. I really love how he uses colored pencils. It's insane, mate. It's really insane. But there are a lot of them that I really admire. Italy is really full of treasures, but Italy itself doesn't want to find them, sadly. I'm confusing myself. Wait. Okay. I myself like crystallization, so I'm trying to lean towards semi-realism, and it's fine. I mean, but Timo, before breaking the rules, you should first learn the rules. Van Gogh and Picasso did academy art before their famous stylized art, for example. I agree with that, but at the same time, not really. I don't know. I see a lot of people that once they start without following the rules, then following them and break them, something really feels off. I don't know, it doesn't feel the same as the start. But it really depends on what you're doing, of course. Like, for example, okay, perspective. This I'm currently doing a perspective thing. I did a grid without actually the structure. I just did by hand. And if we talk in an objective way, it's wrong. But I honestly prefer this way because it feels more natural. I really don't like to use too much of the structural and stuff because it doesn't feel actually natural. And this is for everything. Like, if we speak about anatomy, honestly, trying to study it in full realism really makes my head confused. I like don't understand it. I don't know why, but I know how the anatomy works and how all pieces are together, you know. I know this, but if you ask me to actually do all muscles and stuff like that in realism, then I just put my hands up but not because I don't want to learn. I actually really want to, but my mind really can't understand. And I thought this is an issue that a lot of people, that some people actually have, not only me. And I mean, my mind really works better if I learn stuff with shapes, instead of doing the classic thing of that they let you use the classic stuff here, here to be more perfect, here the sphere. For me it's too much. I do shapes. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, done. I really understand better in shapes, and this is one. Maybe it's wrong, but I don't think it's actually wrong, because everyone has different ways to understand stuff. What style do you lean towards? Abstract? Not too much abstract. I mean, I really like really stylized illustrations. I don't know, I can say like, let me search the nickname. Following, like, I love Cubesona art. I really like how was she, what was her name? Wait, let me search it because I don't remember. No. Wait, I put it like yesterday on their art. Activity, likes. Here. Okay. Jackie Drojko. I really love how she stylize everything. I really most into this kind of art. Of course, abstract too, but depends what kind of abstract. And so if you ask too much love, no, don't worry. I like to yap. And what style do you lean towards most? Your art looks like really avant-garde art house to me. That's a really beautiful compliment, thank you. I love that period. If art periods, I really love surrealism and futurism and art house too. The blue period, the blue nights, I love them as well. I love so much art, man. I really don't understand how someone can't love it. I'm like, I don't know how you can't understand that someone can do so much different stuff and all of them are interesting in their own way. Of course it depends, but like a piece I did Uh, where it is? Oh, yeah, yeah. This is another comic I worked for the Exxon, and like I really love this panel. I really like it, even if I sadly need to change it because my teacher doesn't like my little master. So what it is, what it is. Yeah. Oh, I actually forgot to duplicate it. Lean towards semi-realism, but I do simple art for doodles. I like it. Realism, semi-realism fits my themes and mood, I believe. It's pretty. I mean, it makes sense, of course. It makes a lot of sense. But I like Tim Burton. Who doesn't? uh, my favorites are Romanticism and Post-Impressionism, Expressionism probably. Expressionism too, I really like it. Russian avant-garde, yeah, that's good too, man. That's good too. Do you like German Expressionism? Yeah, yeah. I like Expressionism as period as well. It's really, really interesting. So you have quite a lot of project planned. Do you feel overwhelmed or inspired to make them all? R- Really inspired actually, and angry that I can't work on them because of my academy. But um, mostly I believe that I have a lot of potential, and if I start to work on this kind of projects, it can just help me to improve, because I really want to improve more. Oh wait, okay. Mostly I probably um start to work more on my most recent ideas, and then I will touch the hard ones too. I want something fresh, you know? Do you think Naotoshima has autism? Probably. Probably. I mean, during the last years, who doesn't have autism? For Lucky, it's getting more normalized to be diagnosed and to actually know that a different kind of autism exists. The fact that mental illness are becoming less and less stigma is really important. How do you deal with BPD? Do you take a pharmacotherapy or taking talking therapy, or what? Sort of, it's a personal question. No, it's not. No worries. Um, I actually don't have therapy related to BPD. Mostly because I actually can't find it. Uh, these kind of stuff are pretty hard to find here in Italy, mostly on the south of Italy, which is where I live. I mostly do I work by myself. I take an antidepressant, but only that. Um, I didn't have a good experience with this kind of meds, mostly because I started to take them when I was young, and the psychiatrist that was following me actually didn't and understood anything about meds. It's pretty ironic, and I went pretty much an overdose at a really young age because I needed to take when I was like 14, I believe, 2 or 3 Xanax at day, and then a med for anxiety that was like 10 drops the morning and 10 drops the evening, I believe, and it's too much. So I really got intoxicated pretty much. I need to fix this. I'm a bit cold, wait. Okay, I'm here. I actually bought years ago a lot of books about DBT therapy. To act like a therapist for myself. And actually it really helped. But honestly, I can say I was lucky that I could control and learn how to deal with my illness, because it's not something that everyone can do. You need a lot of energy and force to do it. That's Pogar 7 in my small shithole of town in Russia. Was lucky my budget psychiatrist is actually a cool man. He helped me a lot, including meds law. I'm glad, I'm really, really glad. Sadly, I didn't have good therapists and psychiatrists when I was younger. Because when, for example, I still needed to recover about my SA, and my family didn't know, but I vented it to the therapist, and I remember that I changed them like 2 or 3 times, and all of the times they were saying that it wasn't true, that I was imagining everything just to have attention and stuff like that. So for a bit of time I actually believed that I didn't have that kind of abuse. It's insane. I then was in a therapist, and that I suddenly ghosted during COVID, and I feel so fucking bad. I had COVID and said I will let you know once I will feel better. I had COVID for like 1 or 2 months, and I totally forgot to to contact my therapist. And I remembered after one fucking year that I didn't reach to him, and then I said, well, I don't feel like to send a message. I feel like a shit person. So no. So I ended my therapy like that. But this therapist really helped me a lot. We were in a point that he didn't actually help me that much, but at first he helped me a lot. And also once I had issues with my ex, he helped me too. Don't know if you want it, but are you able to contact an online psychiatrist? In Russia, I could contact someone professional from Moscow if I didn't want to go to a budget. I don't think you can actually do it here. I don't know, honestly. I'm not informed. Like, online therapy here in Italy just came from some years now, not from that much time. So I don't know if it's the same for psychiatrists too. Here it's fine, here it's fine. Maybe I can do it more dirty here. Shit is expensive, yeah. But sadly, everything is expensive nowadays. Like, here in Italy, we have public sanity, but from the last 3-4 years, it's like no longer anymore, because if you want free sanity, you need to wait too much months or even years. So now the private became the new public, pretty much, sadly. And for a lot of exams that you need to do, for if you have some problems, needs a lot of money. So if you don't have money, you can pretty much die. which fucking sucks. Like, this thing shouldn't exist, man. Okay. I need to do the little boy. Depends on the doctor. Same price can give good, mediocre, bad professionals from experience. So yeah, it's hit or miss. Yeah, totally. It's real, sadly. No. By the way, what are your boundaries regarding personal life and stuff? What do you want to discuss? Uh, at the moment, I don't have any ideas. But in case if you ask something that I don't want to answer, I will just tell you, no worries. You are not nosy, really. This man needs to be smaller. Okay. Silly. Okay. I want to do some parts with black to give some contrast. So let's see where, maybe here. No. The situation in Italy, it's not the best. In some stuff, in the other, it's a bit better, but not really. To the government and stuff like that. But Italy is having government issues from years now, not only from the recent one. The real thing is that every politic fucking sucks. Recently there was a referendum, and most of people voted no, which it was related to the justice, and a lot of stuff happened. Mostly people voted basing their idea on politic, but this referendum wasn't really related to politic. So taxes are high, you can't buy anything anymore, but I believe it's an issue that a lot of people have in other countries as well. But if I remember correctly, Italy is one of the top ones. The salary fucking sucks. Like, here in Italy, the minimum wage doesn't exist. So a lot of people pay workers really low, because at my time I worked at my house and I didn't have money, but blah blah blah, which they don't fucking understand that it's not like 50 years ago. And for everything they search experience, and at the same time they just fucking cry if young adults go away from Italy. But nobody actually takes the job because of that, because you don't have enough experience. But how I can do it if I don't fucking start, man? It's getting darker. Wait, I close my window. back. I need to delete the sketch. Okay, so I understand better where to put it. What's your situation with TT? I heard he's been shit with you, but so from time to time you look at his content and comment, mostly negative of course, but don't victim usually avoid the abusers. I saw, I mean, I didn't actually saw a lot of his stuff during our breakup. Maybe sometime his stuff was recommended on my page, but I didn't actually really look into it. I looked more into it once the documents came out to see what he wanted to say, pretty much. And also because I knew he was stalking me, so I wanted to see if he was stalking me with some accounts as well, which he actually did with his old friends too. So it was more like to be sure that I was fucking left alone. Like, once we broke up in 2021, him and his mother harassed me with calls and messages for 2 years, I believe. 1 or 2 years, I don't remember. And if I blocked them, they would use a family member of theirs, like the uncle and stuff like that, and I needed to change my phone number to be left alone. Also, he always looked if I was speaking about him, and people actually confirmed it to me that he was looking into my accounts to see if I was speaking about him, because he was scared I would say anything. And a lot of other stuff, actually. Nowadays, I'm a lot better now, so I don't have problems to look at his stuff. I mostly had problems to look at his stuff during the last period of our relationship, and then for the other 3 years, I believe. I actually started to feel better really after years. Instead, he already was changing his life and stuff like that. It says everything, honestly. But mostly once I talked to some of his old friends, once the stuff happened in almost last year, it pretty much confirmed some stuff that I was scared to leave if I still was with him. So, like, I think he actually had a lot of money from the plushie campaigns, like a lot of them, because he did a lot of them and they sold pretty much well. And also with collaborations and stuff like that. And he spent all the money he had, that were like 20k or more, in concerts and stupid stuff. And then he cried on YouTube to have money to hit. Fucking loser, man. It really was like a BD situation with the money, I believe. And I say this because it was already happening once we were together. He didn't have a lot of income, but it was pretty decent, okay, for what he was doing with YouTube. And he then started to do on the comic school, and of course it needs money, you know, and he needed to travel to go there, and he felt so fucking bored, so he needed to buy something to pass the time with. So he bought an iPad, and I said, man, maybe use the iPad to work and draw, and just not for 30 fucking minutes of train. Yeah, sure, whatever, blah blah blah. And after a week, he said, I still feel bored during the travel. And I said, you both the iPad for that? I mean, it's only 30 minutes, just listen to music, watch something, maybe you download something to watch during the travel, and stop. And he said stuff like, no, I need something to distract myself. And then he bought a Nintendo Switch. And he then started to fucking saying stuff like, I don't have money for buying food, I don't know if I can pay the next tax for Kids Academy. And it was like 2 days after this, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, I told you. Just be responsible. I wish I had the money you earn. Like, if he actually had a brain and put it of the money he earned from his internet presence, man, you would be fine for at least 10 years. Mystery was created for people to simp on him, but they can't prove it. It's true, I mean, there isn't another reason. I actually confirm you that. The fact that mystery isn't even created by him is the thing that is funny to think about. He blew 20K, that's a lot. I, of course, don't have any proof, but I honestly believe the amount of money was around like that. Maybe a bit less, more, but you know, the plushies were sold for 20 bucks or 30 bucks, I don't remember, and all of them were founded. Only the last one he did wasn't founded, I believe. So, okay, one moment, guys. I need to order pizza. One moment. I'm back. Red-haired trans girl from Black Butler Mystery. What's the character archetype called? Could say it. Uh, I don't know. I actually see it as fake twink. uh, like grown-ass man fake twink for some reason. It's the category I give though. TBH did meet all the sociopaths, schizophrenics, and trans girls IRL, which is what Mystery represents. I wanna say emo is the worst representation of an old insane man. I wasn't trans. Like it just was male. Then I don't remember if actually Mystery's gender changed. No, it changed. Like last year we were together, I believe, from being non-binary, if I remember correctly. And I don't think it was sociopath, at least. Yeah, I don't remember if I said if Mystery was sociopath. But honestly, it was a bad idea to, in the human form, do him as a black person. You know, I mean, of course, you can make a black character that is problematic, evil, yada yada, but give more context, you know? Or also give him the right hair. Honestly, passing the time, how he changed the mystery is it just confirmed it was a way to represent himself and his desires. This is with incest, this is with necrophilia, and a lot of stuff. Also, I always said that he was really a narcissist, like a narcissist. Not a narcissist, egocentric. Egocentric is the right word. Because once he started to become famous and stuff like that, we didn't get a lot of stuff to do together anymore. I mean, he was focused to talk only about Mystery, only about Alfred, the lie. This was the only stuff he wanted to talk about. Instead, when we first met, you know, we talked about a lot of different stuff. It could be Sonic, it could be anything. We played different stuff. It's changed really bad. I mean, I understand if it really was an hyperfixation of his quote-unquote autism, that I understood. I know that he actually didn't have autism, but you know, you can talk about even different stuff. and do different stuff and not force your fucking partner to give you every time ideas because you don't fucking know how to name the fucking city. Like a lot of stuff of his story were suggested or made by me because I really saw the flaws of his story, and I suggested suggested him a lot of times what to change to make it better. And I really see how the story and the characters downgraded a lot once we broke up. I mean, it's not a way to feel myself superior, but it's just the reality of. So Apple Pencil 5%. Wait. The way Twisted portrays mystery screams all the shitty stereotypical anime psycho cliches, and I really doubt he met anyone like that IRL. Yes, for sure, for sure. He always wanted to be fucking Haji with his person and with his creations because for him it was just cool. Which, I mean, it's fine if you find stuff like that cool, but at least inform yourself. It's the bare minimum. And in fact, for this, he frequently asked me stuff because I, in general, knew more stuff. Because I'm interested into this stuff too. How the mind works of these people and stuff like that. But since I don't have a close connection to people like that, I inform myself with cases and documentaries and stuff like that. Because I really like to see how a brain can work so differently, you know. But for him it was just, I found it cool. He didn't give a proper explanation. Then once I started to say the stuff, my reason, he started to say the same, that he also found interesting how the brain worked, blah blah blah, but he took this explanation from me pretty much. Which, I mean, you of course can create a character that is evil because, yes, of course, it doesn't have to have a reason. A reason just gives more realistic point of view, you know. But it's, you can actually not do that. But you still need to write it goodly. I really preferred, since the pen is charging, I speak. I really preferred the whole version of Dolai, which was the one I actually suggested him to do because it made a lot more sense. And I mean that Alfred was Mystery's therapist and they were in the hospital and stuff like that. You know, it just added sense and a lot of stuff, more stuff, had more connections. Then he just fucking wanted to change it without having fucking sense. Oh, a fucking grown-ass man goes to an abandoned place just because yes. And a fucking crazy person takes him because yes. Jesus Christ. I actually remember that I suggested you once. Alfred was his therapist, and he had their Rex that was working on the hospital. It's all I'm saying was a thing that I suggested to him to make a better story that he then discarded. To put pretty much Mystery was there for traumas, family issues, and stuff like that, and that how Alfred was speaking in Tolkien reminded him of maybe his father, or maybe saw a different life that could be his, that could actually let him have this kind of rage, hate. You know, it's more interesting, it has more sense. And I think if he stayed with this kind of story, and then once the Light Chapter 1 came out, it could be a lot better. I didn't play the game. I don't want to. I just saw a bit of it, and man, if it fucking sucks. I really don't understand how each EO page was full of compliments. Like that was terrible. The conversations weren't natural. It fucking sucked, man. I'm not saying, of course, so good at writing, but I have better ideas, that's for sure. Like, you can do a good story with stuff like that, but you need to know how to build everything. You don't just write the story down, some of your first thoughts, and that's all. You need to do world building, you need to think about connections, and it has to have sense to other people. If it makes sense for you, doesn't mean that for other people has sense too. You know? Like with my heart, when I ask, for example, my parents or some modules, if they understand what they are seeing, and most of the time they reply, I don't understand this thing that you drew, but I'm ignorant about art, so don't ask me. I say, no, mate. Even more that you are quote-unquote ignorant, it's important that you recognize what I'm doing. It's really precious to know what you see. How do you write your characters? I don't write my characters from years now. I believe everything is in my mind. But I actually need to start once I need to work on my thesis. But I overcomplicate stuff. This is a really bad thing that I have on everything, because everything for me needs to have a reason. So even the most stupid little thing has to have a little reason for me. So it can explain, even if, like, stupid example, a character that closes their eyes too much times fastly. I need to find a way to actually give a background about that detection. Maybe because he have it's a free story. Maybe the character always admired birds, a specific race of bird, and his bird actually like closed its eyes so fastly that he then started to do it too, and now it's natural. It's really stupid, okay, that every move you do has a reason. Everything you say, you act has a reason. So this goes for everything. This was the reason I encouraged him to do the hospital stuff and Harvard therapist. As I said, it's potential more and had more sense. Okay, 65. Wait, let's wait 6-7 for the meme. Of course, the first time you write a story of your character can suck. It's never the first time that you write it that it looks good. And it's normal. But it's important, if you want to stay on your original idea, to actually try to define it, you know. No, 67 passed. Rip. Like, right now I'm quote unquote working, but not really. I just have this idea from a long time of this world, and the character is this one. I posted it where it is here, my baby Halia. I need to do the other character, and that is the protagonist with her, the girl protagonist actually. And like, for example, the sunflower plushie has a reason. The fact that she is an albino has a reason. It's all about that. That, of course, maybe you will understand if you follow the story. And as I said, maybe I overcomplicate the stories to put every fucking detail on everything. And that's true. I can't deny it. Okay, Procreate. Like, I remember when I changed Rex story with that t-shirt thing. It was a thing that I really didn't like so much, but it was a thing that mostly TD liked. And since he had more followers, I said, well, maybe he's right. People can actually like this kind of fight story more, but it didn't feel good for me. It became edgy once instead of what I had before. Which I'm not saying it wasn't edgy in my story too, but it was more natural, I can say. I miss Rex. Honestly, drawing his chibi was strange. But I really can't wait to draw him in a full drawing. I miss him, I can't deny that. I also like that he has now the little it's not bread. Beard. It's not bread. Beard. I remember when I started to develop the story of Your Hands and its world, TD was so jealous, man. I'm not joking, because I had just the ideas and I was doing a world building. I even was thinking about the stations, the quote unquote train that wasn't really a train, everything, you know. He fucking hated that so much. And he actually wanted to start to do an RPG for Dolai, because I wanted to do an RPG on Your Hands, because at first Dolai was meant to be a comic, you know. Which honestly, if I think it now, it will actually work better as a comic instead of an RPG. Not because you can't make a kind of RPG that only is dialogues, but the feeling, the atmosphere, and I mean, it's normal that maybe a thing doesn't work in a media, but in another one it actually works. I really hope that I can find a job with what I would like to do. In case if I will not find it, it will be just an hobby, which it will be probably what will happen, but we'll see. No, I need to look at a working reference. on, I need to look at the photo. like this panel, how it's coming. I don't know if actually put some gray and not doing all what I can um doing all white. Maybe I can do like a little gray for the labyrinth and the door. Let's try. Here. The ones that are more hidden. Mm. Mm. I don't know. I don't know. I need to think about it. Let me search working person. Working person. Let's do this one. Yeah, it fits. Here it's full lateral too. Maybe this one is bubble. Yeah. Oh, what happened? Hello? Okay. The proportions are off. Really off. Okay, guys. Soon I will have my pizza. So I believe I handled the stream. I didn't do much actually, but talking about panels, but it's normal since I get to do the labyrinth. I actually want to fix this one to do better some parts. because these two here came a lot better. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.